On October 1st, China will celebrate the 75th anniversary of the founding of the People's Republic of China. CGTN presents its special coverage, Way to Modernization. Our anchors and reporters are traveling through the routes of 5 routes across China, covering 16 provinces and municipalities in 20 days. Way to Modernization brings you the significant developments that have transformed China's economy, culture, environment, agriculture over 70 and 5 years. At this hour of Way to Modernization, we are going to the city of Changchun in northeastern China's Jilin province. The city was the birthplace of China's first homemade car in 1956. And since then, its name has been closely associated with automobiles. The city is now home to state-owned First Automotive Works Group, or FAW Group. The company is one of China's largest auto producers and operates the Hongqi brand, which is China's most iconic auto mark. To find out more about the car culture rooted in Changchun, we go live to my colleagues Lincoln Humphries and Youyang, reporting from the FAW Group. Lincoln and Youyang, explain to our audience why the city is so important to China's auto history.
Hello there, Junfeng. Well, it's really a complex question, but actually we're now in Changchun City, the capital of China's Jilin province, as you mentioned. And today we are going to take you to explore China's leading car maker, the FAW Group, also known as China's first automobile works. So first, let me introduce my colleague to you, Mr. Lincoln. He's actually the uncle of Bees. I think you two are quite familiar with each other.
Yes, absolutely. Good to see my friend there holding the fort for us, Junfeng. Really appreciate it, but great here to be on the road in Changchun.
Well, definitely. Nikki, that's your first time coming to Changchun. What's your impression about here?
It is my first time here up in Dongbei as well, and I try not to have too many preconceptions about places before I get there, but of course it's a work trip, so I must do some research. And I saw on some reading there were comparisons and similarities between Motor City, USA, Detroit, and that this is perhaps the Detroit of China here with the foundation of automobile works and so much of a rich history with car manufacturing here, not just cars, but vehicles of all shapes and sizes. So really keen to learn about it. And other things that I learned here was how nice and green it is, despite expecting a very industrial city.
Yes.
It's very green and lush and nice and pretty. And Tianqi and Hao, the weather's really nice. I know Changchun is eternal spring in English, or long spring, and it is autumn now, but if it stays like this and it's a long autumn, that'd be very nice.
You do know lots about Chinese culture, actually. That is why we came here. Actually, industry is definitely a key word to describe China's northeastern region. And here we are here to explore the beginning of China's first car. So come along with us, let's explore it.
Keen to learn about the history. There's so much to learn, going back a long way.
We have such rich history indeed. As you can see on the bottom of this building, you can see they are going to build themselves into the world's first-class automobile enterprises.
Also, to see the contrast, perhaps behind us, they can see the ultra-modern office buildings, and now we're going in to look at what has been here since the very beginning in the early 50s, and quite a nice contrast to see how far it's come.
Of course, looking into the future and of course come back with their history. Well, hello, Mr. Dang. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
you.
Welcome. Welcome to FAW.
Audience, and this is Mr. Dang Weiguang, and he's actually the former senior manager of FAW. Welcome to our show, Mr. Dang. So first, I got a question. Tell us about the history of our FAW. So 一开始能不能给我们介绍一下咱们一汽的这个历史？
Tell us a bit about the history of FAW. So take a look at this photo. That was taken in 1953 on July the 15th, and that was when the factory was constructed. Prior to that, Chairman Mao inscribed the name of FAW. You can take a look at this photo. So that was the first appeal.
Yeah, and why in particular was Changchun chosen as this location, as the foundation for Chinese vehicle manufacturing?
对，当时我们的林肯有一个问题问到您啊，就是说为什么当时会选择长春？
Why was Changchun chosen as the place for this factory?
当时就是要成立汽车厂。
So when we made a decision to set up a factory, we had a discussion, and we agreed that to build it in China's hinterland, Shijiazhuang, Taiyuan, and Xi'an, a lot of the options. Eventually, we made a decision to move to Changchun because this is very close to the raw materials.
So finally, we choose Changchun. Oh, that's the first batch of cars, I guess.
So this is our first liberation car, and so when the car was rolled off the production line, we had the walk around of the factory, and at the time when the workers saw the first Jiefang or liberation truck, they were more than excited, and you can see that they took to the street and they were very excited. So they were very proud.
They made some contributions in this process.
Now these ones look fancy. This looks like a
That's
nice kind of car.
So that is the Hongqi sedan that was produced in 1965. So that was the premium fancier sedan in 1965 that was produced for high-ranking government officials.
That's the number 1 million, right? 这就是第100辆了哈，100万辆。
That is in 1983, on February 26th, the 1 millionth vehicle produced by FAW. So this is a very precious photo.
Lincoln, how do you feel actually from the first one to the 1 million one?
Come a long way, and obviously the look and the style has changed a lot, but still, I quite like the old style. If I can keep making stuff like that, that'd be very cool as well. I'd like to ask, what is your favourite style of vehicle that's been made here throughout history?
That's a good question. 那 Lincoln 想问您，那您参与了咱们
What is your most favorite style of vehicle produced by FAW? I think in terms of the model of the vehicle, I have to say it's the first truck produced because it left a very strong impression in the minds of Chinese people, and it's ended the history that Chinese were not able to produce vehicles. And over the past decades, it's made tremendous contribution.
Quite impressive. So Lincoln, after watching all the pictures, I can't wait to see some real cars actually. So before my colleague Xu Yi traveled to one of the factories of FAW, and she indeed learned the story behind the first car.
China's annual National Day ceremony features fabulous parade cars every year. I would always be amazed by those cars with the name Hongqi. And today, I will be seeing them for myself at the Hongqi Cultural Exhibition Hall in Changchun City.
Wow, look at this. This beautiful retro sedan car is China's very first car made in 1958. And the birth of this Dongfeng CA71 put an end to the history of China's inability to make its own sedan cars.
The first automobile workshop, or FAW, was established in China in 1953. Heralding a new chapter for the country to make its own cars. The exhibition hall unfolds the stories of the past 71 years with surprises for visitors, including some famous parade cars during the history.
Since June 30th, 1958, FAW workers worked against the clock to complete the trial manufacturing task. After days and nights of hard work, they produced the car body, V8 engine, and hydraulic transmission. Later, Hongqi developed special models, some of which used for top leaders and for receiving foreign guests. This Hongqi CA72 is China's first homemade limousine developed for the 10th National Day Parade. The car looks magnificent and elegant with the shape of a cruiser.
Over the past 71 years, China's automobile industry experienced rapid development. In 2023, China's auto production and sales exceeded 30 million units for the first time, reaching record highs. Today, with the rapid rise of Chinese brands, FAW has also become a global leader. Originally, the older generation of FAW made cars by hand, but now the production plants have changed dramatically.
This is the Fanrong plant of the FAW Hongqi Manufacturing Center, and this area is for the final assembly, which is the key area of the whole production line. And the factory now has fully adopted automatic assembly technology and has achieved 100% of the digitalized interconnectivity and control of the manufacturing quality in all areas.
我们每一个车进位之后
we produce our cars at a beat of 54 seconds. That means we can produce a car in just 54 seconds. Our factory integrates flexibility, intelligence, automation and information technology, and we have achieved full robot production in many aspects. The quality test of our vehicles is also of a very high standard, such as our rain test, where the vehicle is not affected by rain at a rate of 25 millimeters per minute.
Imagine
that you're in the eye of the storm and you can feel so safe in this sturdy and strong high-quality car. The exciting journey I've taken this time is actually the travel route developed by FAW that was recently opened to the public. More people can now have a glimpse of the little-known stories of China's automobile history.
As an inheritor of China automobile industrial legacy, we want to let more people understand the history and spirit of our brand, to feel its development through history and toward the future. This also represents the integration of automobile culture into Changchun's cultural tourism industry. We aim to create a unique cultural tourism concept for our brand and achieve a win-win outcome for the city's tourism and industrial transformation.
From the pathfinder to pioneer, the FAW has created many special moments, representing the epitome of Chinese domestic brands' determination to stand out in the world through innovation and perseverance.
Well, that's really impressive. So after taking a look at the story, well, Lincoln, I got a question for you. For the first truck Jilin and the sedan Hongqi, which one do you prefer?
The Jilin perhaps more practical if I'm heading to the coast and carrying some surfboards or carrying some family and friends. But I think if you want to look cool of a weekend, the Hongqi. So I'm going to have to go with the Hongqi. It's all about looking good, right?
Definitely. It's also one of my dream cars, actually. But actually now we are going to talk to our reporter, Shi. She's actually in one of the cultural exhibition hall and tell us more real cars there. Shi.
Hi, hello, Link and Youyang. I'm very happy to see you guys enjoying your time out there at the Hongqi Old Factory Zones and Hongqi Old Fashioned and Cultural Square out there. So here I am now again at the Hongqi Exhibition Hall, as you can see earlier in my video. And here with me is one of our distinguished guests here, very beautiful lady, Ren Shuyao, a senior docent for the Hongqi Exhibition Hall, and she knows very well about the history of the China automobile industry. Welcome to our program. So today we will gonna show you, bring you a deeper diver and exploration for more stories about the Hongqi and also the FAW. So when we enter into this hall, the first object we will see is this one, the Dongfeng CA71, the first sedan car developed by China in 1958. So for more stories, let me ask our guest Shuyao. 所以 Shuyao 关于这辆我们中国第一辆自主研发的东风 CA71 有什么更多的历史记录故事？
Can tell us more about it? So now you can see this is the first made in China Dongfeng sedan that was in 1958, May the 12th, and you can see that we don't have any rear view mirror at this sedan. That was at the time because we didn't have much and many vehicles, so we had only 40,000 vehicles in China at the time. So that is why the number on this car plate and the 2 is actually representing the original code.
After this one, China's automobile industry has officially kicked off its new chapter for producing more miracles, more special ones. Some of them are for the special occasions, like this one in front of us. Very magnificent and elegant car. So according to the information board here, this CA72J is the China's first open roof parade car developed especially for the 10th anniversary of the National Day Parade. 所以说要关于这辆我们中国第一辆自主研发的
about this first made in China convertible inspection car. Can you tell us more about it? So this was introduced in 1959 by FAW. This is a vehicle produced to mark the 10th anniversary for the founding of the People's Republic of China. You can see that it goes lower towards the rear. So that is the first car we produced for the parade.
It looks very elegant, and it looks so much longer than I imagined. I can show you. You can take me as the comparison. 这辆车有多长呢？它的
So how long is this one?
Oh, it's about 6 meters. Wow. Yeah, and very shiny and glory one. So if you walk through this area, you can feel something big and special, especially for these 3 cars on the stage. Yeah, and let me take you a closer look on this one on the center of the stage. I believe that this must be an important one. 所以这辆我们舞台 C 位的这辆车型
this one taking the center of the stage. Can you tell us more about this vehicle?
是呀，对。那现在我们看到的这款
So
展车
what's in
呢
front of us is CA72, which is the high-end sedan that is bulletproof, and that was also used by Chairman Mao on a daily basis. And in 1972 and 1974, that was prepared for Chairman Mao.
So, can I touch it or open the door? Okay. It's a breathtaking moment. Okay, let's unfold the history. Yeah, let's take a closer look for the interior of the car. It's very nice inside. The velvet seats, the wooden trim. So, what's more about the details for this car? 可以给我们介绍一下。
Tell us more about this sedan. So this weighs 4.79 tons, and it's bulletproof with the top windows, and it's 10 centimeters thick. The tires are also bulletproof. Even when hit by a bullet, it can run safely for 10 kilometers. So it's really one of the safest cars at the time.
I want to show you how special and how thick the bulletproof glass is. So listen to this sound. See, it's so solid. Yeah, it's so thick. Like the car door is so heavy for this bulletproof car. Yeah. So I think so far we have done a very amazing journey here at the Hongqi Cultural Exhibition Hall, and it's never too late to see all these milestone cars during the history. And as the pathfinder and the pioneer, the FAW has been making its own efforts to consistently create more products. And in the new era of this brand, the FAW has done a very good innovation on its smart production, its intelligent driving. So for more about its manufacturing in the new era, let's bring back and let's go back to our anchor Youyang and Link out there.
Well, Shui, envy you actually so many car models there where we really love to visit this cultural hall maybe in the future. Think, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I would like to. Perhaps maybe not allowed to drive one, but that would be really, really nice to check it out one day soon.
Definitely. So, well, indeed, here we step into the factory of the first automobile works. And Mr. Dang, would you share with us about the buildings, of course, here? What are they doing here? 所以能不能给我们讲一讲，就是这些以前的这些老厂区，这些楼都是用来做什么的？
这边是我们的中央大道。So we have the Central Avenue, and you can take a look at the plants on this side, and we call it the assembly line. And this is also for the making of the suspension. And then we also have a tool and the workshop. And then we have a suspension plant and engine plant over there. And we also have a welding plant, so the Central Avenue is placed right in the center.
Fantastic, and I'm so curious about something that's been here working almost constantly since the early 1950s. But I'd like to know what have been the biggest significant changes in that time that you've seen working here.
所以您认为就是在您工作这40年间
So when you were working here during the past 4 decades, and what was the biggest transformation that you have witnessed? Well, I think we have gone through drastic transformations, although it may look the same from the outside, but in terms of the product portfolio, the qualifications and skills of our employees, and we have gone through a lot of changes. And also our products have been iterated to the 7th generation.
And also looking to the future. I'm so excited about especially electric vehicle manufacturing here in China, and that's making great inroads. How do you see the future of car manufacturing in China?
So right now, electric vehicles are taking the center stage and stepping on a rapid track, and Hongqi is part of this journey. And how do you envision the future of Hongqi? So from the very first day of its birth, Hongqi has been closely associated to China's national spirit, and it's very confident and it's very likable. If you take a look at the logo, so right now it has become a national car. It has gone to the market that is very well received, and it's ridden by national leaders and also ordinary consumers.
Into the big picture, how do you see the developments of China's EV cars recently, especially in recent years?
It's been so impressive. It has been stratospheric, the rise. It has been exponential at times. Whether that can be sustainable or sustained in terms of numbers, time will tell. Of course, there's difficult things sometimes in trade in terms of tariffs and how that plays out. But hopefully we see some open communication and a continuation of really open and viable trade, because it's good technology, good for the environment and good for users as well. Really excited to see where that trade goes to next and where the technology can take this. Yeah, it'll be wonderful.
Definitely. Open the door is always be a way to doing trade with each other, right?
Absolutely, yeah. And good to see here that we've got so much history. It's very important in history, you know, traditions and things like that. It's important to know where you've been, to know where you're going.
That's indeed, especially when you mention about history. Let's remember today also this September 18th, marking the Japanese invasion to China 93 years ago. So today we can see the history of FAW also marks the history of China. This land also suffered from war and also sometimes in ruined, but thanks to the people's constant efforts, we finally come out and we have such a rich history, and looking into the future, we have our own vitality. That's all from us today, and back to you, Junfo. Stay tuned.
Thank you so much. That's our reporter and anchor You Yang, she and Lincoln. They're from Changchun. From the northeastern auto city Changchun, now we move to Zhengzhou in central China, which is along the central route of CGTN's special coverage Way to Modernization. Our team tasked with the central route has taken a journey to 4 cities. They are Luoyang, Zhengzhou, Lankao in Henan province, and Yichang in Hubei province. Each of the 4 is representative in showcasing China's endeavors in developing its economy and improving its people's livelihoods over the past 75 years. CGTN's reporter Zhou Yixing is now in the city of Zhengzhou. Yixing, in your view, how does the reform of state-owned enterprises promote development of new industries and models, as well as new quality productive forces?
Celebrating 75 years of the People's Republic of China, CGTN brings you the story of a nation's remarkable transformation.
From automated factories to cutting-edge labs, China is reshaping the global manufacturing.
With a commitment to openness, China welcomes international investment,
driving collaboration on a global scale.
From green hills to clear waters,
China safeguards nature for generations to come.
Across rural heartland, agricultural modernization is fueling progress and prosperity.
Throughout, China's rich cultural heritage continues to thrive.
A timeless legacy interwoven with the nation's story of modernization.
Experience 75 years of innovation, unity, and vision.
Only with CGTN.
Welcome back. Well, currently my colleague Lincoln and I are in city of Changchun in northeast China's Jilin province, and we are paying visit to China's leading car maker, the FAW Group, also known as China's fast automobile works. Also joining us is Mr. Dang Weiguang. He's the former senior manager of FAW. Welcome to us. And so Lincoln, after all this, how do you feel about China's manufacturing, especially in the car industry?
It's been such a fascinating trip back into the archives and through history to see where it began and where it's moved through, and excited to see about where it goes, particularly with new technologies and electric vehicles. But also it was interesting to see it's not just in cars, but also in train carriage manufacturing, tractors as well, trucks and industrial stuff, as well as passenger vehicles, some luxury stuff with Hongqi and Jifeng, as in more industrial agricultural applications. It covers a lot. Like a lot of things I'm discovering in China, the scale is really, really hard to fathom, and it's really big, and it's really exciting.
Yes, indeed. The word for you to describe China is big, right? Or the large for the scale.
Absolutely, yeah. No, coming into a city like this, which I've been told is a tier 2 city, but still almost 10 million people, which by almost any other country standards is a very big city.
Indeed. 那么当老师其实非常感谢您啊，刚才一直加入我们，跟我们讲了许多红旗的历史。那其实我们也很好奇，比如说您刚才讲到红旗现在已经到第7代了，对不对？那您有没有尝试每一代的车辆？比如说现在我们知道红旗也有自己的电动车，您有没有尝试过？比如说是什么样的感受呢？
我开过，很舒服，很舒服。
您觉得电车跟油车有什么样的区别？特别是红旗自己造的这种。
我们因为红旗是我们的自主产品，再一个有这么一句话。就是在世界上有这么一种轿车，它能够赢得整个民族的骄傲，承载着整个民族的情感，而且牵动着整个民族的关注，那它只有是红旗。我呢，作为仪器人，又是生产红旗的，所以我对红旗未有独钟，更喜爱它，更热爱它。
Well, actually, when we're asking about Mr. Dan, how does he feel about Hongqi's electric vehicles, and he said, well, he actually drove one of them, and he felt very comfortable. At the same time, he believed that actually, well, Hongqi is kind of iconic brand for Chinese people. When they're talking about one kind of car, that made them feel very proud of themselves. That's Hongqi, because that's the first car, and we continue to use it until today.
Justifiably proud, I'm sure, yes. And I'd like to know which car do you drive yourself, and which is your most vehicle that's come off, or your most favorite vehicle that's come off the production lines here at FAW?
That's a good question. 所以当老师，那Lincoln想问您，就是说您自己开的是辆什么样的车呀？
我开的是红旗 H5。
Wow, so his car is definitely the Hongqi H5.
Wonderful, yeah, top of the line. I wouldn't have expected any less.
So how about you, Lincoln? Well, we're going to try one of the Hongqi maybe in the future. You want to drive it?
That sounds wonderful. If it comes off our esteemed guest's recommendation, and that's what he drives for his everyday life, I think that sounds like a really good place to start.
Of course. 当时同时我也想请教您啊，您知道在咱们当年自己造出自己的第一辆车的时候，到今天其实咱们已经有非常多的车辆在出口了，我们有非常多的车辆品牌出口去欧洲，所以这个让您有什么样的感受？ So my question is, currently we have lots of our own made cars to export to European markets and even to South America and most of countries around the ways. So from the first car we built by ourselves to the cars we exported to other countries, how do you feel about this process?
就是我们仪器生产的，无论是解放还是红旗，能出口到国外，而且到欧洲这样比较发达的国家，说明什么？说明我们仪器的产品，无论从外形结构、从内结构、从质量、从这个价格上，应该说都有竞争力。
Totally agree, and he said that's because the Chinese-made vehicles are competitive on the global markets, right? Indeed, in terms of structure, in terms of the quality, in terms of the price, it indeed has its own competitiveness on the global market.
It's wonderful to see, and that's playing out in global markets. So I'm sure, as we can see, particularly on price comparisons, it is not just competing, it's beating a lot of the competition.
Totally agree. Well, we talk a lot about the cost, but we don't have cars here. So let's talk to my colleague Xu also. She's still in the cultural exhibition hall of the FAW Group, and she's going to show us the real cost there. And with that,
Okay, thank you, Yang. And yeah, we're still here for the cultural and historical things for the Hongqi brand and for the cars. Some of them are the superstars for the national brand. And here with me is our guest today, Ren Shuyao. the senior docent of the Hongqi exhibition hall, and we just now have showcased for you several cars like the first Dongfeng CA71 and the first open roof parade car there, and also this one, the bulletproof car for Chairman Mao that was carrying him from 1972 to 1974. So let's continue our journey here. Beside this one, Chairman Mao's bullet car, this one is also a very important car model. 所以我们在这辆毛主席的这辆座驾旁边的这辆车，我看到它上面有麦克风，这一定也是一辆这种国庆的检阅车辆。
那像我们看到的这款展车呢，是1984年国庆35周年阅兵时邓小平同志所乘坐的红旗特种检阅级用车。当时它是与国防部长秦基伟分成2辆此款检阅车型检阅了3军部队，也成为当时举国上下乃至全世界都共同关注的历史画面。
Yes, so this is also one of the famous cars that maybe we can only saw it maybe before at the documentary or some videos or some historical pictures. This CA770 TJ is for Deng Xiaoping, the former head of the country, for his inspection of the troops on the 1984 National Day ceremony. And the historical scene for his inspection is also the famous moment during the Chinese history. And 所以看完这些车型，其实我们也更感兴趣的是一些历史的故事和画面。Like here at this wall, on this wall we can see many historical scenes and pictures from the establishment of the Hongqi and the past time and also some historical characters. 所以我们在这面墙上看到的都是我们红旗历史上发生过的重大的一些事件和时刻。
那像我们看到的这张照片呢，拍摄于1958年的2月13号，展现的就是毛主席亲临一汽视察时的场景。那我们所看到他旁边的这位陪同者就是饶斌厂长，他于1937年加入中国共产党，被誉为中国汽车工业的奠基人，同样呢是享有中国汽车之父的美誉，也是他结束了我们中国人不能自己打造小汽车的历史。
Yes, so here we are seeing now is for for Chairman Mao inspected the FAW on 1958 and asked the head of the factory, Rao Bin, and he asked that how long do I have to wait before I can take the car made by ourselves? And actually it's the second time he asked this question. The first time is in 1956. Yeah. Chairman Mao asked when are we able to ride a homemade car. And then the FAW people successfully trial-made Chinese first sedan car, the Dongfeng CA71.
那在当时呢，毛主席也是对旁边一侧的饶斌厂长又一次问到，什么时候能坐上我们自己造的小汽车呀？于是呢，我们一汽的设计处就想办法找来了一辆法国的轿车，名叫西姆卡，来作为参照样本，用它呢来率先试制打造新中国的第一台国产东风牌小轿车。那现在我们看到的就是这款车型的试制打造过程。
Yeah, so since Chairman Mao wanted to take the self-developed cars in China, the tech teams at that time decided to design or own cars by referring to the French car model, the same car. And this is the scene. You can take a look at this. This is the historical scene of making the whole vehicle, the car body model then. And this is also the very historical pictures for the old generation of the FAW workers to work against the clock to do the manufacturing. And also, I want to say something to our viewers. Now you're now watching the special series for our new China 75 year on. And if you have any questions and any you want to leave some comments for us, you can just join us.
好，那像我们上方看到的这张照片呢，就是我们将这辆东风轿车送至北京之后的场景，拍摄于1958年的5月21号。
So this is a very good picture that you can see the face expression from Chairman Mao And that is a day that Chairman Mao took the Dongfeng car and said with great delight, the day finally comes when I can take the cars made by ourselves. Yeah, and this is the picture that Dongfeng car was sent to Beijing. 所以我们这个东风的这个名称是怎么来的呢？有什么故事？
当时呢是清华大学的宋静怡老先生，他呢来到我们一汽视察时，我们想让他为此轿车起一个好听的名字，他就想到了毛主席的著名论断“东风压倒西风”，于是呢东风的名字就此诞生了。
Yeah, so Dongfeng, and this name has special meaning. Actually, it's from Chairman Mao's writing. That is, in English, is that the east wind prevails the west wind. So the name has officially become the car of Hongqi, its first car.
那前方您看到的就是我们打造红旗轿车的时候场景。那正是由于此款东风轿车，它是隶属于普及型的小尺寸轿车，用它来作为领导人的用车，它是不够宽敞气派的。于是，在6月时，北京方面就发来了要打造高级轿车的消息。那在当时，我们厂党委接到这个消息之后呢，也立刻提出，绝不能把这个第一让给别人，因为第一辆小轿车它出自我们一汽，所以第一台高级轿车也一定要出自一汽。在当年，我们也是喊着乘东风展红旗，81要拿出高级轿车去见毛主席的响亮口号，率先采用的正是我们在下方如这张照片内所见到的人海战术，以赶庙会的方式昼夜2班倒，不停歇，轮轴转的来纯手工敲制打造车身。在当时，我们的一汽工匠是仅耗时33天的时间，于1958年的8月1号，纯手工打造出新中国第一台红旗牌高级轿车。
Yeah, so after the debut for the first sedan car, they have made the decision to make our own limousine for our top leaders at that time. So that is in 1958. Since starting from June 30, 1958, the FAW workers were working against the bloc, and they make their own great efforts to complete the trial manufacturing task, and they only used 33 days to make the first limousine developed by China. And also, at that time, the older generation took sending the limousine to see Chairman Mao as their glory mission for their work. And also, one of the impressive things is that they have done the manufacturing by hand and easy and simple equipments. That is incredible. 他们都是手工敲制的这个车身，
是的，纯手工打造。
在现在看来是很难以想象的一件事。
对，是的。那像我们前方呢看到的这张照片，就是将时间拉至到我们打造出红旗牌高级轿车之后的第2天，1958年的8月2号，在一汽的共青团花园举行了2万余人参加的轿车命名大会。当时的吉林省委书记吴德把一面红旗插到了此车上，他说：“我要把它就此命名为红旗，从此让插着红旗的轿车走遍全中国，走遍全世界。”由此呢，红旗2个字也就此在我们中国人的心中变得响亮而宏大了起来。
Yeah, so Shu Yao told us a story that why this car, the brand, has the official name Hongqi. So it's in 1958. One of the local representatives from Jilin province proposed that this car should be named as the red flag to stand for China, and all of them hope that the car with the red flag could travel to more areas, to travel to the global markets. So it has the special meaning from their hope. And also you can see that this picture is it's showing that China's first Hongqi limousine attended the National Exhibition of Industry and Communications held in Beijing in 1958. Okay, and let me check our online viewers. So you're now watching our special series for the new China 75 year on, and we're now in the Changchun City, Jilin province, the first automobile workshop and live living for you. And we're now at the Hongqi Cultural Exhibition Hall. So if you're interested in the cars of Hongqi and the automobile industry and history in China, you can leave us your comment to ask any questions for us. And also, we know that recently we opened the cultural travel route from FAW. 我们最近是开辟了一个文旅的线路。
对，是的。那像我们这个文旅线路的预约呢，是在我们美团的 APP 上搜索一下"一汽文旅"这个4个字，就可以找到我们的官方购票平台了。那我们现在呢，也是推出了一个文旅线路，第一站呢是我们原来的一汽老工厂，叫做一汽的1号门；第二站呢就是我们的红旗文化展馆；那第三站呢可以参观到我们现代化的繁荣工厂。
Yeah, so recently the FAW opened to the public for its cultural travel route. And that is, now we have like 2 lines for the traveling. The first line including the stops like the Cultural Exhibition Hall and the old gate for the FAW. Like our colleagues Link and Youyang have been there. And also the third stop, you can book the time to visit the Fanrong plant to watch the high-tech manufacturing modernization of Hongqi. So, 这边我们这个非常大的一个这个装配台，是我们按照以前老一辈的这个工匠的这个装备台去制作的。
像我们内部看到的是红旗 CA770车型一个完整的白车身，外部呢是它的车身装配台，下方我们看到的是当时真正使用过的造车工具。在当时呢，我们需要用1个半月的时间才能够打造出一个完整的白车身，而我们现代的红旗工厂可以达到52秒钟一辆车自动完成下线。
How incredible! So now you can see this old assembly stand here for the first generation of the FAW workers. And at that time, they used 33 days, or more than 1 month, to assemble one car body. But now they produce one car for just 54 seconds. And these are the simple equipments for manufacturing the cars. So you can feel the traces of the times. 他们都是就是老的那些工具，不是仿真的，
就是用它纯手工来打造的。这个就是当时真正使用的造车工具。
So these are the real vintage equipments here. Yeah. 好，那么这边我们现在看到的这2辆车是我们红旗的第几代轿车呢？
像我们看到的这款呢，是我们红旗 CA770轿车的一个换代改型产品，叫做红旗 CA774。那这款车型呢，是我们红旗在80年代停产前生产打造的最后一款车型。历史当中，它只生产了6台，在当时的红旗小轿车系列也就此停止生产了。
So now you can see the Hongqi CA774 Lim-Z that is designed to replace the A770. The trial making began in 1972, and the development of CA774 was completed in 1980. But no official launch was made due to the halt of the production of Hongqi cars. So these are the classical ones.
那在我们前方看到的是红旗 CA630 旅游车型。这款车型呢，总共生产了1000台。它最大的特点是下方向搭载2台发动机，一台用于车身前进，另一台呢是为内部的空调系统独立制冷。
Yeah. So now the car we're seeing is the special one for the passenger van, is for the traveling, and this CA630 is a 16-seat coach with 3 aisle seats. And one of the special things is that there are 2 engines under the car. One is for the power and one is for the air conditioning. So let's look at this picture. It's beautiful. So 我们现在看到的这张图有什么样特别的含义吗？
那现在我们看到的这张画作呢，绘画于2003年，展现的是一汽轿车50年的辉煌历程。上方我们看到的这所有的画作，皆是由一汽最初代的一位老设计师，名叫吕彦斌的老先生，在他83岁高龄时纯手工绘画而成的。
Yeah, so this is a special present from Mr. Lü Yanbin. And he is the former head of the design department of FAW. And this painting is a hand-painted rendering of the FAW car product modeling for the 5th anniversary of the brand. And we can see many, like almost all of classical models for the first 50 year of the Hongqi history. 我们这边可以看到非常多的红旗，第一个50年辉煌历程中的很多经典款的车型。
对，是的。
Okay, so now is the end of the Zone A because our exhibition hall divided into 3 zones. So the A zone is for the past, and now we're entering into the new era, the B zone. 现在我们A 馆已经带大家参观了一遍，所以现在我们去到 B 馆来看一看我们新时代的红旗轿车。
好的。
Yeah. Wow. Something different here. You can see many new models. Yeah, very.
现在看到的都是现代化的车型。
Yeah. And I can see many famous car models like this one. It's a viral car model on the global market.
像我们看到的这款呢，就是全新打造的最新款红旗 H5 车型，主要呢是分为纯燃油系列和 HEV 混动系列。那像我们看到的这款车呢，也被誉为红旗品牌的销量担当车型。
Yeah, so this one, the H5, is a hybrid EV, and it's also a very famous product on the global market. 这辆车是不是在国际市场也是比较受欢迎的？ So it is a famous and viral one for the international consumers. 我比较好奇的是中间这款车哈 ，This one is a luxury。
像我们看到的这款呢，就是 C 加级的豪华轿车红旗 H9 车型。像我们看到的这款呢，是红旗 H9 车型的最新代版本。像我们本次中分论坛呢，这款车型也是我们红旗出队的主力车型。
Okay, so this is one of the guest car models for the recent China Africa Summit, the Hongqi H9. Wow, it looks so nice. And for more car models and series, we can also tell by the this wall, and we can see more car models here. And I know that before Hongqi has 4 like May series， 我们过去红旗是有4个系列。
对。
那么刚刚我听您讲到，我们现在这个4个系列是已经更新换代了。
我们看到的是这3大主体的3大子品牌。那首先我们看到的第一款车标是我们红旗的奇妙双翼车标，这个呢是主打的是新能源系列。像我们中间看到的是传承经典的金色葵花车标，代表的是我们高端定制系列。最后方我们看到的是比较旗开得胜的这个外宽的这个盾牌造型的车标。那这个车标呢就主打的是一系列的节能车型，在这其中呢包含着燃油车、HEV 车和 PHEV 插电混合车型。
So now we have 3 main series for the Hongqi brand. The first one is the new energy vehicles. It's called 奇妙双翼. They have 2 wings of the logo. And here we have the, if I translate literally, it's the golden sunflower. So it's you can see that more glossary right now. It's a golden sunflower here. It's for the higher quality and the state cars, the nice cars under this series. And this one is the low carbon series, the car. And it has mainly with the traditional car powered by the petroleum and also the hybrid one. And here we can see like more car models on sale for the Hongqi brand. Like this one, it has debuted for the 2024 Beijing Auto Show, the EHS7. Yeah, and for more car models here, we can see the MPVs here. Yeah. 这2款，这个应该是我们的，这是 P。
对 ，PHEV 它属于燃油车型。
燃油车型。So now you're watching our special program for the New China 75 Year On. And if you want to leave us some questions, we can answer for you about the Hongqi brand. So now I want to check our questions from the online viewers. We got some questions from them. So, okay, let's read some comments from them. One viewer said, I've never seen a Chinese car before. So yeah, it's a very worthy journey for all of you guys to take a closer look on Chinese cars especially the oldest national brand in China for its automobile industry. So 我们这个文化旅游线路其实也是对外国人开放的。
对，是的。
So also our FAW's travel route is also open for our international visitors. Yeah, and also we got more comments here, like very impressive, thank you, and nice. Yeah. So now we can feel like the trending for Hongqi, because when I scroll through the like YouTube and or international social media, we can see many vlogger or the influencer on the automobile industry. They are greatly interested in the Hongqi car. 所以我们其实当我刷到很多国外的这个社交媒体平台的时候，我们能看到很多外国的这个汽车博主都对我们红旗的车型非常感兴趣，就包括我面前的这辆红旗 H9。And they call the Hongqi luxury series as the Chinese Rolls-Royce. That is a high compliment. 我们很多汽车博主是拿中国的这个红旗高端系列是比作这个中国的劳斯莱斯哈。So if you have any questions for us for our live stream and for Hongqi, you can leave us the comment, and we also welcome your sum up. Okay, let's continue our journey. And now I think we got enough information from the B area, and now let's go inside for the last zone for this hall. So 我们 C 馆主要是什么内容呢
？C 馆展出的是一些我们国家领导人的检阅车型，国家和个人购买的这个同频使用车型都是在这里所展的。
Yeah, now we can see the new version, latest version and generation of the guest cars. So in the Zoom A, we've seen many old guest cars. 在 A 馆我们看到很多我们在历史长河中的这个国家的这个国宾车。我们所谓的国车，那在 C 馆里面，我们看到的是新时代的国车，就像我面前的这辆。So this is also one of the guest car for the top leaders and international guests for the country. This you can tell by the license number. Yeah, 这辆车的这个车牌已经告诉我们它有多特别了。
2009年的检阅车型。那现在我们看到的这款展车呢，就是在2009年胡锦涛同志所乘坐的红旗防弹特种检阅级用车。此款车的车长是6.4米，重达4.5吨。
Wow, it's much. The former head of the country, Hu Jintao, is for his parade and inspection for the National Day ceremony in 2009, and with its length of 6.4 meters, and it's weighing about 4 tons. 4吨对吧？
对，是
4.5吨，4.5 tons. And here we can see the like more bigger one, this big guy. What is that? What is this?
这款呢是我们红旗首款旗舰 MPV 车型 HQ9 的 PHEV 插电混合版本。那像我们看到的这款展车呢，也是我们中非论坛中红旗车队的一款主力车型。我们可以看一下这款车型的内饰。
Yeah, let me take. Wow, it's. Wow. And the smell is so good. It's also one of the guest cars for the recent China-Africa summit. So you can feel the trim is all wooden, and also the leather seats. 它是真皮座椅，
对，是的，航空座椅。
Okay, and also I want to show you the logo here on this car. So I can feel the changes. It's a different version of this one, and now it looks more longer. 所以我们现在这个红旗的这个 logo， 它现在已经是一个更新迭代过的。为什么会选择把这个设计改变成现在这个样子？
是这样的，像我们的以往的历史车型和国家这个领导人使用的特种车型，采用的是立体化旗标。但是这个旗标呢有一个缺点，是在上路行驶的过程中，如果发生交通事故，会对人体造成2次伤害。在上方的地方，我们仔细看，可以有一个尖角的位置。 在我们的旗标顶部的位置。那所以呢，我们现代化的个人购买到的红旗车都变成平滑式的旗标了，但是呢，也寓意为气贯长虹。
Okay, so now we can see the changes about the logo between the older generation of the cars and the current ones, because the designers want to make the logo more, much more safer and also with more convenience for the consumers. So they changed the logo like this. And here we can see the 国药系列。
对，这款就属于高端定制车型了。我们可以通过轮毂的方向看到，它镶嵌的是金葵花的车标。
Yeah. So this is the series for the luxury one, the gold sunflower, and we can see the logo from its wheels. And also, I believe that many fans of Hongqi, they are very interested in the Hongqi L5. So where is it? 我们很多国外的网友对我们红旗 L5 这款车型是非常的关注的，因为它是需要经过筛选才能去购买的。So this Hongqi L5 is a very special car model. So if you want to buy it, you need to be selected. Yeah, here we can take a closer look at this one. So, wow.
我们可以打开车门看一下这款车型的主驾驶。
Let's take a look at its the trim and the details about this one, and you can see the steering wheel. It also has a logo like this, a golden sunflower. So what are the materials for this one? 我们看到的这个有这个花纹的纹路的这个部分是用什么材质来做的？
这个呢叫做福建的脱胎沈氏大漆工艺，是漆器工艺。
So this part, you can take a closer look at this one. And also we can see the lacquer material and the jade. Yeah, looks much different. And I think that let's check out our comments from the viewers and the questions. So I can see many comments from our international viewers. They said that the journey is amazing, and they think that the Hongqi brands and the cars are like better than they imagined. So I think that it's incredible enough so far for our journey today here at the Hongqi Cultural Exhibition Hall. So now we are doing our special series for the new China 75 year on. And if you want to know more about China's automobile industry and also its new era of the development, please stay tuned with us, and we will give you more live show here in the northeast of China. And many thanks to our guest here, Ren Shuyao, the senior docent of the Hongqi Cultural Exhibition Hall. And please stay tuned with us. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.